Hey, good afternoon, softball fans, and welcome out to the Pelican Softball Reports presentation of 2026 high school softball. Lady Eagles of Menard have made their way up to Shreveport, where the Lady Cavs of Calvary will be hosting them today. I am Doug Gann with 446 Sports, and we are delighted to – that's our second trip up here in a week. We were up here Friday night for that tournament that they had, and just delighted to be with you on that one. Again, home of the Lady Cavs. It is Menard. Man, this ought to be a good one. We'll go through the starting lineups for you in just a minute, but Menard has been on a run in this one the last three games, I guess. Since that Oakdale loss, they've had three pretty good games. It started with that Bunkie come from behind win in that one and have wins over Caldwell and Avoyles and step up a little in class today with Calvary. But the way that they have been playing, you got to believe this is going to be a good one. And with round robin on Saturday and the Calvary tournament starting tomorrow, you just wondered who you would have pitching today in this one, because both have very solid pitchers. And let's just jump right into that. It is our Jerry Lee and Company starting lineups. Leading off for the visiting Lady Eagles of Menard, Emma Davis returns to the top spot. She is there hitting leadoff today. And Sawyer Shelton, we've seen most of her career bat leadoff and a couple of little in-season adjustments, and they seem to be working from head coach Brad Turney. But Emma Davis, the junior, will get the start at shortstop, is where she'll be in leadoff. Sawyer Shelton, one of two seniors in base, and is playing very well there. Abby Claire Fingleton has worked her way up in the lineup. She's a designated player and hits fifth. Went from last year where she had a tough time at the plate when she was there to this year her main job is to hit, and she's done that well this season. Behind the dish is Kate Prondy. There, Sawyer right in front of us making a pretty good grab. So there you go. Kate Prondy behind the dish. She'll bat sixth. Belle Drago will be in left field. She will bat seventh, batting eighth. And in the circle, Kaylee Methvin is there. And batting ninth and playing right field is Mika Keogh. There you get a good look. Boy, right on cue, there's Mika there. And the flex tonight is Adeline Ledette. She's been playing first base, and she's been playing it very well. She'll be the flex in there today. Taking a look at that starting lineup for the undefeated and nationally ranked #1 Calvary Lady Cavs. Carly Guile, the UCF commit. Central Florida is where she will spend her college time after she's done. Just a junior, will play second base and lead off. Bryn Robinson plays right field and would be leading off if a girl named Carly Guile wasn't there. Probably one of the better players in the country. Shortstop Baylor Bachhaus will bat third. She wears number 14. And bats third. Lauren Civils is there at third base, where she has locked down that the last 2 or 3 years that we've seen her play. She wears number 21 and bats in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth is one of the better catchers in the state of Louisiana. That is junior Mallory Carver. She wears 22nd and 22 and bats fifth. Kenzie Anderson, you've all heard about her. She is the consensus #1 player in America, the senior Georgia signee, not a commit anymore, reigning Louisiana Gatorade Player of the Year, and fastball touches around 70 miles an hour. She's throwing about 60 when she throws a changeup. That's the difference in it there. We saw her with an 11 strikeout performance against Bryant out of Arkansas on Friday night. Ellie Duran is a designated player. She will hit 7th and 8th grader that is really swinging the bat quite well this season. Batting 8th is Abby Sims. She will be over in left field. She wears number 5. Reese Walker, the last 2 times that we've been here, Reese has been our player of the game. And keep an eye out on the junior center fielder. And Amelia Bain will play first base. She is the flex in this one. There's Sawyer in front of us. And the ladies there, hey, look, back home, a little hello. There you go. We'll see if we certainly believe that. Lady Eagles are off tomorrow and Friday. They've got that round robin with Oak Hill and Marksville. On Saturday. They play at 10 and 2. Sandwiched in between there is Oak Hill and Marksville. It'll be a good opportunity for us to see Katie Lochnay with Marksville. She's a good one. Of course, that Oak Hill team that we follow a lot of their softball folks, and so we'll carry all three of those games for you on Saturday. Should be a lot of fun. But that gives you a look at the Jerry Lee and Company starting lineups. We are probably about 5-10 minutes away from getting things going here. Should be a great one. The defending state champions both. Now, they will move back to the same division next year. They were in the same division. We saw them battle a couple of years ago in the playoffs. But as Menard moves back up to 3A, we will see Menard and Calvary, Holy Savior Menard and Calvary, back in the same division. So, well, I'm telling you what, things really go on, because Calvary, although they lose Kinsey, they're loaded up there, and we got to keep an eye on Coach Hunter as he is banging them out here towards the camera. So we'll keep a look and an eye out for him. We are on the arc. That is the little deck area they have out here at Calvary. And you see that we are just right behind center field, the power alley, and there's a sign that says live stream here at your own risk. If there's not, there should be. Anyway, again, I am Doug Gann with 446 Sports, and just delighted to be here in this sunny weather. Man, it was cold Monday night, and I don't want any more of that by any means, but ready to see this one. So they'll get, as soon as the officials make their way here, it wouldn't surprise me if they start this thing a few minutes early, and not one to argue with that by any means. Sawyer tracks that one down, and that's what you get out of Sawyer Shelton, is the ability to go and travel the left and right. She goes laterally probably as good as anybody does that we have seen. Plays center field like she owns it. Of course, a member of that state runner-up basketball team this year, member of the state championship. As we told you, defending state champions, both sides of it. Again, let's look defensively for the Lady Eagles as they will line up. In left field will be Beldrago. Sawyer Shelton is in center field. There in right, Kenzie Lyles at third. Emma Davis at shortstop. Addie Wright is there at second, and Amelia Bain is at first. In the battery, of course, it has been most of the games that we have seen. Kate Perotti behind the dish and Kaylee Methvin in the circle, turning around and looking at things for Calvary defensively as they will come out first in this. It is Sims, Walker, and Robinson left to right. Civils, Baylor, Guile, Bain left to right from third to first around. And the battery today, Mallory Carver behind the dish, and Kenzie Anderson is there in the circle. Again, officials, I see one of them here, and so the second one's making it in now. So they will have their umpires meeting. We'll have the starting lineups, we'll have the anthem, and we'll get this thing going pretty quickly. Look at the Lady Cavs there. 5-time back-to-back, whatever it is, state champions. They've won 5 in a row. And they'll come out and take a little defense here, waiting for the music to get them started. So there won't be an early start, it doesn't look like. As Coach Gregg makes his way out, Coach Tiff is out there as well. And the Lady Cavs come out. Well, not a big crowd up here today, as it is a 4 o'clock start. A lot of folks still at school, still at work, and that's why we're able to bring this to you. And there you get a good look at who we talked about. That is Kenzie Anderson, and there's a throwdown from Carver. One of the best catchers in the state, there's no doubt about it, is Carver. The junior has been catching Kenzie the entire way throughout the years. There's another shot down. Guile there covering. We'll spin around, get it to Civils, and around they go. A little bit of a different infield as this one starts with the pitcher working out. You'll see, you've seen a lot of schools that do this now, that have started to throw down to different bases and not just throw down to second. We talked about Robinson a little bit earlier. There she is out in left field. She'll get over there and visit with Reese Walker as Reese backs it up. And then Sims all the way over. She'll come up and play that one on a hop. And get the camera off of that. you get a look at Baylor Bachhaus again, probably one of the best in the country that you'll find playing softball. Just a sophomore, broke onto the scene her 8th grade season and has continued to hit the long ball well. She had one this weekend. Of course, Reese had one this weekend. But you look at the Menard side of it as well. They've come on. I saw Methvin and Shelton and those getting back into the hitting. And we talked to Coach Brad Turney just a little while ago, and he said, something just switched about midway through that Bunkie game. And they started to just fight a little bit more. And that's the kind of fire and spirit that they had en route to going in as a lower-ranked seed to win the state championship a year ago. Their 4th softball state championship. I'm going to step away for just a moment. When we come back, they will get ready for starting lineups and the national anthem. It is Holy Savior Menar Lady Eagles traveling up here to Shreveport and the Calvary Lady Cavs when we come back.
softball fans, to tonight's matchup between Menard Lady Eagles and your Lady Cavaliers. We'll begin this evening by introducing the lineup from each team. As I call your name, please take your position on the field. For the Lady Eagles, at shortstop, number 20, Emma Davis. In center field, number 18, Sawyer Shelton. At third base, number 9, Kinsey Lyles. At second base, number 17, Addie Wright. DP, number 23, Abby Fingleton. At catcher, number 1, Kate Harati. In left field, number 12, Annabelle Drago. And pitching, number 13, Kaylee Methvin. In right field, number 31, Mika Keogh. And at first base, number 4, Adeline Leday. And now for your Lady Cavs. At second base, number 13, Carly Guile. In right field, number 1, Bryn Robinson. At shortstop, number 14, Baylor Bachhaus. At third base, number 21, Lauren Sibbles. Catching, number 22, Mallory Carver. Pitching, number 26, Kinsey Anderson. DP, number 8, Ellie Duran. In left field, number 5, Abby Sims. In center field, number 8, Reese Walker. And at first base, number 3, Amelia Bain. And our subs for this evening, 00, Addie McNutt. Number 2, Hallie Brooke Renato. Number 6, Colby McPherson. Number 7, Grayson Gamble. Number 11, Alexa Ratcliffe. Number 12, JC Sledge. Number 15, Macy Denton. Number 17, Sadie Simmons. Number 20, Elizabeth Edmondson. Number 23, JC Freed. Number 24, Tessa Lucas. Managers, Rihanna Morgan and Nevaeh Martin. Assistant coaches, Harold Johnson, Greg Frazier, and head coach, Tiffany Wood. And now, if you'll join us in a word of prayer, followed by the national anthem by Gracie Sibbles. Dear God, thank you for this beautiful afternoon that you have given us and the opportunity for these girls to play ball today. We are thankful for the 2 schools that are represented today, Calvary Baptist Academy and Holy Savior Menar, for the players, the families they represent. We ask that you be with these girls as they play this game today, keep them safe, and help them all play with good sportsmanship in a way that will glorify you. It is in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave
it's play ball.
Tremendous rendition of our national anthem, and that means that we are just moments away from getting this going. We again have Holy Savior Menard and Calvary Baptist Academy Lady Cavs getting ready to come out. Leading off, it'll be Emma Davis, Sawyer Shelton, and Kenzie Lyles. You see the Lady Cavs make their way out onto the field, led by Reese Walker there in center field. You see Kenzie starting to get her warm-up tosses. She'll get 6 or 8 of those, and we'll be ready to get this thing going. Had a 4 o'clock start time. Thought we might start a few minutes earlier, but in fact it'll be about 10 minutes late by the time that we finally get this first pitch across. You get a look at Bryn Robinson, Reese Walker, and Abby Sims. They're looking at us, so see, there they go. Now they're getting the idea out of it. They were out here protecting us a little bit earlier when we had their batting practice going on, and it was one of those cases of, hey, you better be watching and keeping an eye on, so we had them here. But Emma Davis, the shortstop for these Lady Eagles, will lead things off. Again, I am Doug Gann with 446 Sports, and we are happy that you are here with us on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday afternoon in March. Anderson gets the sign. She cocks that elbow up, rocks back, and delivers pitch number 1, and it is out of the zone. First pitch at 4:10, so we're just about 10 minutes behind on this one, but ball 1 rolls in, and we're underway. The sign rocks back, and that had a little cut on the inside of kind of a cut fastball, I think is what that was. This one, 68 miles an hour right down the strike, right down the middle for strike number 1. 11 strikeout performance the other night for Kenzie. And then, of course, that was the game that we did. She had great performances against Bentonville and West Monroe. Swung on and missed from Davis, and that's a ball and 2 strikes. Don't look like she had as much pepper on that one, but now we've seen that good curveball that she's been able to throw. We've seen the rise ball, the changeup, just a lot of things off of the right arm of Anderson. So rock back and deliver this one right down the middle, and that is a Sabine State Bank strikeout. Strikeout number 1.
Now batting number 18, Sawyer Shelton.
Sawyer Shelton, the senior center fielder, member of that championship softball team a year ago, of course, and a member of that state runners-up basketball team. Head coach Craig Whittington, big shout out to him. We know he's got it tuned in back home, and so we say hello to Coach Craig that is back there. Kenzie rocks back and delivers this one. Slap hitting Shelton runs through that one for strike 1. And so she missed the zone, just 1 strike. She missed on the first pitch and has been in the zone the next 4 pitches. Kenzie will rock back and fire this one. That one is fouled back. Good hack at it from Shelton as she's able just to try to put the ball in play. With the way that Kenzie throws it and the way that Sawyer can make contact with it, wind is blowing out of here. If Sawyer can just connect with one, there's a good chance it may end up here in the arc where we are. Defense is set along the infield. You see there, Anderson rocks back, offers the 0-2, takes something off of that one, and it drops down low and out of the zone, trying to get Sawyer to chase, but a very good eye from Shelton. And talk to her, that helps her see the zone a little bit better the way she runs up. She has to focus on that zone when she does that. A little bit of a breeze starting to blow here, kind of a swirl right to left now. That's a little dink that we told you about that Sawyer could do. She just goes in there and makes contact and lets the ball do the rest of it, and that is a good 1-out single.
Now batting number 9, Kenzie Lyles.
1-out single for Sawyer Shelton, and she's on first with a base hit. They like to run. But you've got a very good combination here as Kenzie Lyles, the freshman, steps in for Holy Savior Menard. Get a good look at Sawyer over at first base there. That one taken in there for strike one. And well, it was a good piece of hitting from Sawyer. All she did was really go in there and just see where the pitch was and just dink it out into play. And that's what these slap hitters will do. We saw that out of Briley Burns last night and Kate Herron in that Pineville win over Alexandria, 3-4 matchup. Swung on and missed, and Kenzie had a big cut at that one, and now she's down 0-2. If you are new to our Facebook page and just watching this one, we invite you to leave us a comment down there. Let us know where you're watching from. Hit that follow button if you will. Softball season's been good to us. We've picked up about 1,300 followers. That one is lifted high, giving chase to Sims over there, and that's going to make its way just across. Boy, Sims and Civils and Bachhaus, all three were over there. That's a good effort to go after that foul ball, but it keeps things at 0-2. Sims made a good run at it. Civils was there. Bachhaus was there. Kenzie, the 0-2 offering now to Lyles. It is in there. Sabine State Bank strikeout number 2 and gets that looking. And that's just such a tough pitch that's right there.
Number 17, Addie Wright.
Addie Wright homered this weekend. Looking forward to her swinging the bat like she has in the past. She turns around, and this will be the second left-hander that Anderson has seen. Shelton the first and had that one-out base hit. That one right down the middle for strike one. And I like what these girls are doing. They're getting a look at it first just to see. Expect the second time through the lineup, though, that they'll be hunting that first pitch fastball after they've seen it for a little while. Anderson checks the band, cocks the arm, and ready to go. That one outer half, and it's in there. And look, it's something about a 68, 69 mile an hour fastball that's coming at you. She has hit 70 this season, and that's just what makes her so special, is the ability to put in some other pitches with it as well. But lock in, we've got a good one going on in this one. Top of the first we play. Swung on and missed, and Lyles Wright is down on strikes. She strikes out swinging, and that will strike out the side, sandwiched around that base hit from Sawyer Shelton, but no runs, one hit, no errors, one left on. We go to the bottom of the first. Carly Guile, Bryn Robinson, and Baylor Bachhaus due up when we come back. See, now we can get things started. There's our, see, we'll go the shenanigans in center field. There you have it. And now that just lets you know that it is time to get ready for this one. We are underway. Bottom of the first we go. Again, Carly Guile, Bryn Robinson, and Lauren Civils. Guile and Civils recently officially invited to our Pelican State Rising Stars All-Star game, and quickly that one is down the line, and it's going to be a fair ball for Carly, and she is hustling around as they'll get the ball back in. Carly digging in, and she's going to slide in for a triple. First pitch hacking is Guile, and boy, that's a triple to lead things off. Bryn Robinson now will step in. And that'll get a runner over at third base here on our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. Bryn Robinson, they trot a lot of lefties out there. But, I mean, just pulled that one completely down the line. Methvin now rocks back and fires this one, and it's lifted foul and out of play. And it'll be 0-1 to the freshman right fielder. Methvin's second pitch misses up and out of the zone, and it's a ball and a strike. Caitlin Methvin, the senior, headed to Millsaps. Millsaps signee. She'll go continue her softball career. Again, another one of those members like Shelton was of that state runners-up basketball team. Here's the pitch now. That one double hit on the bunt, and Robinson tapping herself saying, look, that one's on me. It'll be a ball and 2 strikes to Robinson. 2 balls and 2 strikes. They've got it here on the scoreboard, so that's what we'll keep it as well. Methvin would like to go ahead and get this out. That one is poked over there to Davis. She's got it across the way. Going to be safe there, and that will get the run in. Bryn Robinson just hustling down the line, and that is the run's first game. Give Robinson an RBI, and that's going to bring up Baylor Bachhaus. Give an RBI there, and that is run number 1 on the board. Clear that off. Switch players around, and Baylor Bachhaus will step up. Again, Baylor sophomore shortstop sensation that just really clubs the softball. That one up and out of the zone for ball 1. Wind blowing out in this one. That's a difficult combination here for any pitcher. That one lifted, hustling back is Addie Rice. She's going to be unable to get to it. The only play will be to get it in, unable to do so. And Bachhaus just fights that one off, and that is 3 straight base hits now as that gets Robinson down. Lauren Civils now will step in, put runners at first and second. Lauren Civils, the junior third baseman, also a member now of the 2026 Pelican State Rising Stars All-Star Game. Does a pretty good job on the microphone. That one is lifted high. Sawyer drifts over there, bobbles it around, catches it the second time. That's one of those you may want to come back in because and check it at second base. Calling her safe, saying that was there, but good work on Sawyer Shelton to concentrate and to keep that in front of her. That does advance the runner, but boy, good work. That's the first out. And Mallory Carver now, junior catcher, stands in. Another great one on this team. Boy, you look up and down the lineup, and all of these young ladies that are in the lineup with multiple state championship rings. Again, we told you they've won 5 straight on a big quest for number 6. And there's a throwback down to third, not in time. They concede the base to Bachhaus, and she'll make her way to second base. And so you've got Robinson at third, and the stolen base to Bachhaus. That one up and out of the zone to Carver. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes here. To the Lady Cavs backstop. You see Bachhaus poised and ready to go. That one lifted out right here where we're at, off the bottom of the wall. And Carver knocks in a couple of runs there, and that is just a good double. Give her a single on there, but Carver, and she'll come out, and they'll get a runner in for Carver. But Mallory puts one off the base of the wall. And Kenzie Anderson will now step in. So that is 2 RBI on that single for Carver.
Number 2, Hallie Brooke Renato.
And it's Hallie Brooke Renato that will run, is what I believe we heard from there. So we'll get that runner off. And it is now 3-0 here for Kenzie Anderson. Kenzie can swing it as well as she can pitch it. That one is over in the left field to Mika Keogh. Keogh's got it there. And so 2 fly ball outs here, 3 runs across. And got a runner at first with 2 outs. Ellie Duran, the 8th grader, will step in. She is in there just to hit the softball, and man, she does it well. Another one of those lefties. You're going to hear a lot about her through the years. Off and running, stolen base attempt, and going to slide in safely is Renato. And so move the runner down to second base on the stolen base. Ground ball up the middle. Methvin's got it. She's going to flip to first, and that will do it, but not before the Lady Cavs pick up 3 runs on 4 hits. 3 runs on 4 hits there in the first. Duran, the final out there. Due up as we move to the top of the second. It'll be Abby Claire Fingleton, Kate Perotti, and Belle Drago when we come back. And there you see Robinson and Sims and Walker. Robinson with a base hit and an RBI back in the first. And Abby Claire will step in against Kenzie Anderson. Anderson set to deliver the first pitch in the top of the second. Rocks back and fires, and that one is in there for strike 1. Swung on a miss. Boy, Abby had a good hack at it, but it's going to be strike 2. And look, I'm telling you, if she keeps swinging the bat like that, she's going to get more hits than she's not this season. Abby Claire has really come on and done a good job. Again, if you're back home watching this one or around the state and you've not hit that follow button, make sure you do that. We should get back from Shreveport early enough to get on our recaps and get all of that done for you. Congratulations to Kate Herron and to Briley Burns from Pineville. Both picked up invitations in our All-Star game that's coming up. Also, that one lifted foul and out of play. Elle Melder and Amaya Wilson also. That'll keep the count at a ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out here as Abby Claire leads things off. Going through our 60 players to get there. Keep an eye out for updates. A limit of 2 per team. Disregard that shaky camera work. Good looking pitch, but misses inside, and Abby Claire, even better job of laying off of that high inside one. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Don't think you could have drawn up a better day for March softball after the way the weekend was, the rain that we had, the severe weather threats, and oh yeah, the 28-degree temperature. That one swung on and missed, and that's a Sabine State break strikeout, and that is strikeout number 4 on the day, and Kate Perotti will step in. Four base hits and 3 runs for Calvary in the top half of the first. And Anderson has equaled the 4 base hits with 4 strikeouts of her own. She'll rock back and deliver this one right down the pipe for strike 1. And boy, that first pitch, we've only seen her miss on the first pitch to one batter. Does not take a lot of time in between pitches. She'll get the ball back and she'll roll through there and get it. Rocks back and delivers this one. Little check swing number out to second base. It's handled there by Carly Guile, and Guile will have it over to Bain at first. Boy, we saw Bain make some highlight plays on Friday. Score that one 4-3 if you're scoring at home. Yeah, we saw Bain make a couple of really good plays. One, she has to go into the opposing dugout to get the out. And Belle Drago will step in. Belle's been swinging the bat very well lately. First, I think she might have been pressing early on in the season, but has really come along swinging it well. Takes that one down the middle. Strike one. Wife asked me if I ever get my steps in because I drive around so much. Look, going back and forth between the camera to the laptop and to our acoustic game changer. Yeah, I said it. That's my scorebook. A lot easier than going back and forth to that game changer. That one misses up and out of the zone. Evens the count of the ball and a strike. One hit on the day for the Lady Eagles, and that was a Sawyer Shelton slap base hit back in the first inning out of the 2 spot. Anderson rocks back and delivers this one inside corner, and that is a ball and 2 strikes. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 down here. We play top of the second, 3-0. You see that on the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. Lyles has 4 Ks in the book, looking for another here. Drago trying to fight it off. Swung on and missed, and that is a Sabine State Bank strikeout. Strikeout number 5 on the day through 6 batters. When we come back in the bottom half of the second, it's going to be Abby Sims, Reese Walker, and Amelia and Carly Guile when we come back. Back to work we go here in the bottom of the second. Calvary leads this one 3-0, and Abby Sims, the left fielder, steps in, and she'll take that Methvin pitch up and out of the zone. Sims, Walker, and Carly Guile. Good looking pitch in there for strike one. Ball and a strike here. Three to nothing. You see it on your Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. That one lifted high. Belle Drago camping out and has that one, and that is out number 1.
Number 8, Reese Walker.
Reese Walker, been here 2 games, have we? And Reese has been our player of the game twice. We had her and Kenzie Anderson last game, but Reese Walker always seems to play well. But she really likes it when we come to town. Apparently, squares around to show bunt, takes that one off the plate for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 down here, bottom of the second inning. This represents the 9 spot in this Calvary lineup, and that one is twisted back foul and will make its way over to the workout facilities that you see. You see them along the side now that are adorned with those state championship and district champions and all of those banners. That's their workout facilities, and boy, they put a lot of time in on weights and different things. Ball and a strike here to Walker. Squares around, lays this one down, and she's going to hustle down the line. Good looking flip over there from Methvin to get out and field her position, and that took a perfect glove and a perfect throw to get that one, and Methvin did just that.
Number 13, Carly Guile.
And that'll bring Carly Guile back up. Carly came the closest to hitting us earlier today. Take that back. Bachhaus. Baylor sent one over us, but Guile steps back up. Carly is 1-for-1 let off. First pitch she saw, she hit a triple off of it. Down the line, she pulled it. That one misses out of zone, trying to go away. Methvin has retired the first two that she's seen here. But Guile represents the top of this Lady Cavs lineup. Off the plate, takes that one for ball 2. Bryn Robinson would be next. But still a lot of work to do here. 2 balls, no strikes. Kaylee will rock back and deliver this one. That one drops low, and it's going to be 3 balls and no strikes. Expect Carly to be taking here. And Methvin rocks back and delivers this one off the plate, and that is a 4-pitch walk to Carly. So keep her at 1-for-1, but has been on base twice today. And Bryn Robinson, who also has a single and RBI back in that 3-run first inning. Bryn, we told you, plays right field for the Lady Cavs. Goes in there and slaps that one. Drago giving chase, and she has it, and Bell does a tremendous job to go with that one, and that could have been danger, but Bell just went out there and went and got a highlight reel catch. That's a hard one off the bat, a slap hitter to go over there and get that, but Drago, who goes in with Sawyer Shelton. Sawyer giving her some kudos there, and that certainly was a play. That could have been disastrous, but record Bryn Robinson on the fly out to left field to retire the side. And that is going to bring up for the Lady Eagles, Kaylee Methvin, Mika Keogh, and Emma Davis back to the top of the order when we come back in the top of the 3rd. Eight, 9-1 due up for the Lady Eagles in the top of the 3rd. It is pitcher Kaylee Methvin that will step in. Her first look. She is there, Mika Keogh, and then back to Emma Davis. Good matchup here. Swung through that one and missed. These two both will be playing at the next level. Kinsey off to SEC Georgia, and Methvin off to Millsaps there in Mississippi, and that is in there for strike 1 to Kaylee. Swung through that one and missed too, and Kinsey's got that fastball working, and now at 0-2 you can do just about anything you want. So you've got to be prepared for anything for Kaylee. Find you a pitch that you like, think fastball, and be able to adjust to anything else. That's what you have to do. Arm is cocked back and delivering now here. Outer half, Kinsey trying to get her to chase one, and Kaylee a very good job of not going and doing that. That's a ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. Swung on and missed and took something off of it. And see, that's what we told you. That's just that tough changeup that's in there. That is Sabine State strikeout number 6 on the day. and Mika Keogh will step in. Keogh, the 9-hole hitter here. Already has a good catch out in right field today. Anderson will step back and fire away. That one is in there for strike one. Lady Eagles off until Saturday when they've got Oak Hill and Marksville. Calvary back in action for 3 games this weekend as their tournament starts tomorrow. Swung through that one and missed, and that is 0-2 to Keogh. Anderson misses that one low. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. 1 down, we play in the top of the 3rd. Game that had a 4-10 start. Anderson, the 1-2 offering here. Rocks back, delivers this one. Inside corner and down on strikes, and that's a Sabine State Bank strikeout. And that will get us back to the top of the Lady Eagle order, and Emma Davis will step in. If you hear me blow into the mic every so often, it's making sure the audio gave us some issues. There's covered up by Civils. Across the diamond she goes, and Lauren Civils makes that play. Civils makes a good play out there at 3rd for the Lady Eagles. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 2.5, it is 3-0. Due up for Calvary in the bottom half of the 3rd. It is going to be Baylor Bachhaus, Lauren Civils, and Mallory Carver when we come back. Back to work we go. Baylor Bachhaus will lead things off. Baylor has a single and an Baylor has a single and has scored a run today. Back in that 3-run first inning. Methvin's second time that she's faced Bachhaus. Bachhaus will stand in and take pitch number 1 up and out of the zone. 4-1. Good looking off-speed pitch. Kind of had a drop to it, but that is going to miss out of the zone for ball 2. And now this is a tough pitch. You don't want to give in to Bachhaus by any means, but a fastball here likely gets hit. She takes that one on the outer half, and that's a good looking pitch from Kaylee Methvin. 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Good hitter's pitch coming, but I like the way she's working Bachhaus away. May force Bachhaus to pull something and lift it up in the air. She does lift that one up in the air, but Sawyer's camping out under it. Sawyer's going to make the play there right in front of where we're at.
Number 21, Lawrence.
And Lauren Civils now, the junior third baseman, will step in. And how many times do you see make a good play to end an inning and up in the next inning you'll hit? It's Lauren here. 1 out. Bottom of the 3rd. Civils down the line and away out towards the baseball field and that road that brings you into the park. If you're not familiar with where it's at, you go down to the Sonic when you get off on Burt Coons Industrial Loop. go to the left, go down to that Sonic and take a right, and you'll come up, and there's a small little road that leads back to softball where it's at. That one up and out of the zone, and a ball and a strike to the Lady Cavs third baseman. Junior third baseman's going to make somebody a good player in college. She is uncommitted as of yet. Oh, good looking curveball, off speed, drop ball, whatever you want to call it. You probably call it something way more correct than I would. All I know, it was off speed and dropped, so there you have it. Methvin rocks back and delivers. Inside corner, off the plate. So it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes to Civils. Kaylee wanted that one, as did the entire Eagle Nation. But Civils able to lay off the inside pitch. Methvin now rocks back, delivers the 2-2. Civils puts a charge into that. Keogh giving chase, but it's going to go out where that champion's walkway is. And if you've not had an opportunity to see that, we looked at it a year ago when we were up here. And, man, they do a good job of memorializing their state championships. They're shading her over a little bit opposite field, and I just don't up and out. Draw the 1-out walk. You'll see Carver that stands in there. Carver, all she did was have a base hit and 2 RBI back in the first inning. She was what led to those couple of runs that were there. Carver takes that one inside for strike 1. Methvin will rock back and deliver. Swung on and missed. Good looking pitch from Methvin, and that's got Carver down 0-2 now. Well, if you can come out of this with a clean inning, that would give you back-to-back cleans after giving up 3 in the first. Still a lot of work to do, a lot of hitters in this lineup, but I like the way Methvin's throwing. That one up and out of the zone. Tried to get Carver to chase one there, perhaps. Civils over there at first base. And the 1-2 offering to Carver up and inside. Boy, it looked like she just turned loose of that one a little bit, and it drifted out of the zone. It had a lot of good movement to it. Methvin will deliver the 2-2. Good off speed, but drops out of the zone this time. So she's been all around the zone to Carver. Carver's done a good job of laying off of a couple of them that have been close. But I tell you, the precision eyes. Civils on that last at-bat, and Carver here. Carver 3-2 count. Methvin looking for the payoff. It is lifted back. It is lifted way back, and it is gone. That is a 2-run shot from Mallory Carver. And now she's 2 for 2 on the day with 4 RBI. And wow, turned on a good one. What a good pitch. Battled back from 0-2 to get that one. And that one is going to go on the board and score herself and Civils. And that will make it 5-0 here in the bottom of the second. And Kinsey Anderson will step in here. Not that it matters to anybody, but that home run was hit directly at 446 this afternoon, so that means nothing to any of us. Kinsey Anderson will step in. 1 out, and she's staked to a 5-run lead. And let me tell you, you spot her 5 runs, and I think folks will be happy. She takes a big hack. She was trying to go back-to-back with Carver right there. So a homer and a single. And that's got to be making any college coaches in attendance happy to see that. That one fouled and pushed the other way. And that's going to be quickly 0-2 to Anderson. I'm not saying that Carver locking up our player of the game thus far, but boy, she's certainly in contention, and I don't know of any others. Got to believe that Kenzie Anderson is in the talks for it any time that she's on the field, but 5 runs on the day, 4 RBI for that one. Ground over to shortstop. Davis has it across the diamond. She goes, and that will do it for Kenzie Anderson. She is out number 2, and Ellie Duran will step in. 5-0. Lady Cavs lead this one. You see that on the Wallace Eye Associate scoreboard. We play in the bottom of the 3rd. Thought that might have gotten Remedy. Got the umpire back at home is who it got. And that's inside for ball 1 to Duran. That one over and foul off the facade of that training facility. Hit about right there where you see it. Don't let me bring my telestrator anymore because I end up writing on the screen. So it's not what it was intended for, but you know me. Ball and a strike here. Good looking pitch from Methvin. Methvin fires that one in. That pitch has been working really well for her in this last couple of innings. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes, and trying to get out of this with just the couple of runs that have scored. Up and out of the zone, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We are in Shreveport, Louisiana, just outside. I mean, just as you get into Shreveport. Off the Burt Coons Industrial Loop. That one ground over to Ledette at first base, and she'll glove it, and that will retire the side, but not before 2 runs on 1 hit. No errors and nobody left on. Calvary picks up a couple. After 3, they lead this one 5-0. We're heading to the top of the 4th. Due up for the Lady Eagles, Sawyer Shelton, Kenzie Lyles, and Addie Wright when we return. There you get a look at Mallory Carver behind the dish for the Lady Cavs. Not only does she catch a 70-mile-an-hour fastball, shoot the ball down around the field, but she's 2 for 2 with a single and a home run and 4 RBI. Other RBI, the lone other RBI belongs to Bryn Robinson. Sawyer, who has the only base hit today for the Lady Eagles, will step in. She's 1 for 1. And needs to get a rally started here out of the 2 spot. Sawyer runs through ball 1. I think you almost have to do something to break that rhythm of Kenzie, but man, it's so tough. She just takes control in there. That one is lifted. Reese giving chase. She will jump over in front of Sims, and the center fielder will call that and have that.
Now batting number 9, Kenzie Lyles.
And that will bring Kenzie Lyles to the plate. So Sawyer 1 for 2 on the day. Give that F8. It was really over in right field, but F8 or left field, but that's how they'll score it. And now Kenzie Lyles will stride in. She bats from the right side. Kinsey takes that fastball inside for ball 1. Top of the 4th. We play 5-0. Lady Cavs lead this in what has been a pretty good one early on. Swung on and missed there. And it's a ball and 2 strikes to the freshman third baseman. Check swing there, spins Carver around. I think that it might have had her mixed up a little, and that's not what you want, is to be confused when your pitcher throws 70 from that close. Lyles, who looks in, Anderson looks inside at this one. Fouled straight back, and a good hack at it from Kenzie Lyles. And that will keep it at a ball and 2 strikes. They've got 1 and 2 on here. I had 2 and 2, but we'll stick with the scoreboard. What it says. That one foul down the line, and it's going to have Sims chase it down, but foul. She'll grab it and get it back in. They'll redo the ball and 2 strike count. Up and out of the zone, 2 balls and 2 strikes to line. Kinsey has thrown a pretty good curveball. Strikeout in that Bryant. Haven't really strikeout for 8. Second time Kinsey is down on strikes. And Addie Wright, who was a strikeout victim back in the first inning as well, stands in there, and she'll hit with 2 down in the top of the 4th. Good hack at it there, just behind a little bit, and it's 0-1 now to the Lady Eagle second baseman. Anderson now set to deliver. That one lifted high. Sybil's giving chase, but runs out of real estate, and that one goes up into the practice area, but Sybil's with a good move at it. And it's 0-2 here now. Anderson will rock back and deliver the 0-2. Fastball right down the middle, no wasting anything there. She just went after it and got it, and that's a Sabine State Bank strikeout. Strikeout looking there, and that is number 9 on the day. No runs, no hits, no errors in the top half of the 4th. Due up for the Lady Cavs in the bottom half of the 4th. It is Sims, Walker, and Carly Guile when we come back. Back we go. Bottom of the fourth here. Abby Sims, Reese Walker, and Carly Guile will get things going here for the Lady Cavs. Methvin trying to get another clean inning out of this as just one. Gave up 3 in the first and 2 back in the third. Misses there with ball 1. Good looking pitch, and we've seen that ball start off the plate and just drift a little bit back in, and that's a ball and a strike now to Sims. Abby Sims, the right fielder for this Lady Cavs team. Swung through that one and just really not a good looking swing at it, but Methvin had her crossed up just a bit, and now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes to the leadoff hitting Sims. And that ball comes out of the back, and that is considered a ball, so it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. There really is no balk. I guess that's as equivalent as you'll get to it, but pitch came out of her hand and did not cross the strike zone, so it's the only play on it is to be a ball. Turf makes things a little bit hotter out there. She'll rock back and fire this one. Ground ball is over to Davis across there. Ledette handles it at first base, and that is 1 up and 1 down here in the bottom of the fourth.
Now batting, number 8, Reese Walker.
Reese Walker, she ground out to Methvin her last time up. Good looking pitch in there from Methvin and starts Walker off with strike 1. Walker homered in that Bryant, Arkansas game that we saw. Saw her swing the bat pretty well. She takes this one off the plate for a ball and a strike. It was a 1-1 pitch that she grounded back to Methvin for the second out in the second inning. And it's a 1-2 offering here again. Parati tries to bring that one back in, does not. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Good looking pitch, but the ump has called things pretty consistent throughout. That one lifted high and foul and out of play, and that'll even things up as it rolls and bounces and bounces and rolls. And it's 2-2 here to the Lady Cavs center fielder. That one off the plate, and that'll run the count full for Methvin. Walker represents the second leadoff down in the 9 spot. She really makes good contact, and she runs the base as well ahead of Carly Guile, who sits on deck. That one lifted high and foul and out of play. Kenzie Lyles gives chase to it, but that one to the point of no return, out of bounds, out of play. And they'll redo the full count offering once again. That one up and high, and looks like it may have even went off the helmet of Walker. Carly Guile now will step in. Score that a hit by pitch. Give her a little grief here in her own park and call her Gilly. That's just tough. When you get grief in your own park by your home PA announcer. Guile squares to bunt. Walker headed down, and she's going to slide in just ahead of the tag. Safe at second with a stolen base. And Guile takes that one for strike 1. Like folks letting her know about the Carly Gilly on there. Guile, Carly Guile, the junior second baseman. Takes that one in there for strike 2 as well. And quickly, Methvin ahead in this one, 0-2. They get down on those bases like a sprinter getting ready to explode out of the blocks, and they do run the bases well. They dedicate a couple of practices a week to that. That one up and out of the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Methvin trying to get Guile to chase. Guile is 1 for 1, has reached base twice there. She walked back in the second inning. Single and scored in the first. A walk in the second, did not come around to score. That was a ground ball that's hit fair, and that's going to score the run and get Guile hustling on down to second base. And, well, I don't think Ledette was expecting that, but there is the aforementioned Carly Gilly with an RBI single.
Number 1, Bryn Robinson.
So Walker comes all the way around to score. We'll see what they scored here, but Robinson, who is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Six to nothing now. They lead this one. Squaring around, but nothing doing, and out of the zone for ball 1. Bryn Robinson and then Baylor Bachhaus and Lauren Civils, and you just got a tough row here. Squaring around and laying that bunt down, looking to throw and nowhere to go, so Lyles has to hang on to that one, and Bryn lays down a pretty good bunt. Now you've got runners at first and third on an RBI base hit, or a correction, on a base hit, not an RBI. But that'll put runners at first and third, and Carly was off and going. Guile was not going to hold up, and that's Baylor Bachhaus now steps up with runners at first and third, and my goodness. More sensation at shortstop. Swung through that, and I'm telling you, she was trying to hit that to Stonewall. That's just south of here. Anyway, swings through that one. Methvin will rock back and fire again, up and out of the zone, and nobody going anywhere. Not wanting to run Robinson and open up first base, it looks like they don't want to put her on. You got to think with an open base, which shouldn't change things because you're loading them up no matter what. That one lifted on the infield, giving chase back behind the plate, and it goes up in the net. But Kate Perotti was chasing it down, but it landed right there in that net, and nobody was going to get to that one, and that net is there to keep it from dropping down on those people there. So that'll give you a good idea of where we're at. Bachhaus for the ball and 2 strikes now, following that foul ball. One ball, 2 strike offering coming from Methvin. Kind of jams her a little bit. Good pitch. Bachhaus able to fight that one off. And they'll do the 1-2 once again. Very spirited dugout for the Lady Cavs there. Back to work we go here. Bachhaus pulls that one on a line off hits the yellow. If it hits the yellow, that should be, goodness gracious, inches from the home run. They're going to come out and talk about it, but no, they'll send her back and say it was a foul ball. That's the kind of power on a line that Baylor Bachhaus has, and that's just a long strike. Boy, it hit right on the yellow over there, and they're coming up here for instant replay review, and I'm pleading the fifth on that one because we have great relationships with both of these squads, and that one outer half and misses away, and I'm not going to be in the middle of that. And then just to clear things up, they did not come up here, and they would not come up here for video review because It's just my opinion. And clearly, from way over here, I have a better look at somebody right down the line, huh? I digress. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Bottom of the 4th, we play. Runners at first and third. Bachhaus takes that one inside. And that'll fill things up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Lawrence Civils waits on deck. Methvin set to deliver the payoff pitch here, trying to get an out here. Bachhaus hammers that one away, way back, and right over here where we're at. And, well, we nearly had that one, but that is a Baylor Bachhaus home run. Three-run shot for Bachhaus and hit it off the house. That now has Bachhaus 2 for 2 for 3. A home run and a single and 3 RBI. Robinson and Guile come around to score. He clears them off and adds 3 runs to the total, and it is 9-0. And this is dangerous territory for the Lady Eagles because we'll be heading to the top of the 5th after this, and if Calvary can push another run across, and they've just got the one out. Boy, Methvin and Lady Eagles have got to bear down because you put that 10-run into effect. Civils takes that one down low. So far, home runs by Bachhaus and Carver on the day. 1 ball, no strikes to Lauren. Good-looking off-speed pitch. Thought that was in there, and instead it's 2 balls and no strikes. Civils with a smash over there off the glove. That's going to be a good base hit, and Civils is going to hustle into second base and be there for a double. Lawrence Civils. Civils with a double. And now Civils is been on base twice. She has a walk and that double. And that's going to bring Mallory Carver, who is having herself a day. She's got 4 RBI, 2 for 3. That one lifted over towards Ledette. She gives chase and unable to get there. And Mallory down 0-1 quickly. This Calvary team, as advertised, they swing the bat very, very well. Ground ball there to Davis. She has it this time across the diamond, and that is going to be out number 2, but it does get Civils over to third base. Keeping her there is of paramount importance for the Lady Eagles. Six-3 on the putout, and Kenzie Anderson, who is 0 for 2 on the day. Kenzie takes that one down low, and a ball and no strikes. Civils is an important run over there at third base for Calvary keeping her there, or for the Lady Eagles keeping her there, and for Calvary getting her in. That one is off the glove of Addie, and that is going to score Civils from third. And the important 10th run in this one is driven in by Anderson. She is over there at first base. Sadie Simmons will come in and run. Civils now has scored a couple of runs on the day. She's a walk, a sacrifice, and a double. So 2 runs scored. 2 runs scored for Guile. 2 runs scored for Robinson. 2 runs scored for Bachhaus. 2 runs scored for Civils, and you get the idea. A solo run from Carver, that was the home run, and then the run by Reese Walker, who scored earlier off of that. Swung on and missed there from Duran. Duran represents the 9th batter to hit here in the 4th. Ground ball between first and second and a seeing eye base hit. And now you've got runners at first and second with 2 down. A lot of this damage coming with 2 outs. Abby Sims will step in. And that she grounded out to Davis to start things off in this inning. So she made the first out of this inning, did Duran. That one off the plate for ball 1. Runners at first and second, 2 down. That one off the plate. Two balls, no strikes. Abby Sims would be up next should this inning continue. That one is to center field right in front of us. And playing the wind and the elements, the sun that's right there in her face. Sawyer Shelton able to pull that one down. But Lady Cavs put up 5 runs in the bottom of the 4th. Holy Savior Menard has to score a run to keep things going. Duran due up for the Lady Eagles, Abby Claire Fingleton, Kate Perotti, and Belle Drago in the top of the 5th when we come back. You get a good look of new pitcher in. Get a look at who that is. And that was at the bottom of my sheet. See if we can hop in Game Changer and get something for you. Abby Claire will lead things off. This is Tessa Lucas that comes in to pitch. Tessa Lucas, number 24, to the circle, and that one misses up and out of the zone for ball 1. So Lucas in to pitch. Fingleton takes ball 1. That one up and out of the zone as well, ball 2. Fingleton, Perotti, and Drago, then Methvin and Keogh would bat here if they can get some runners on. You got to get a run across here if you're Menard to keep this going. Good looking pitch, gets the inside corner for strike 1. And a 2-1 count now on Abby Claire. That one lifted out to center field, sends Walker back, but she's got it. And they'll quickly come over, and you see Robinson there and Sims come over. 5s all around for 8. And that's 1 up and 1 down. And Kate Perotti will step in. Abby Claire 0 for 2 on the day, had a strikeout and then that fly out to center field. Parati has ground out to second base. That one lifted high, but not even Bain at first can get to that one. Looking around to see if there's any other substitutions, and I don't see anything. Robinson there, Bain there. That ground ball is off the glove of Tessa, and she's going to turn and fire away. So Lucas, 2 up and 2 down, just fought that one off of her glove and score that one 1-3 with 2 downs. And Bill Drago represents the last opportunity for the Lady Eagles in this one as it sits at 10-0 in the top of the 5th. First pitch in there for a strike from Lucas. Drago takes that one. And the dugout has stayed up in this one. That one lifted high and foul and giving chase and not there. Bain gave a good run at it, and we saw she made a play like that the other day that was just over that yellow line in the dugout. Right there, she reached over and catches one that was going foul. But Lucas quickly has it 0-2 on Drago. 0-2 offering from Lucas to Bell. Ground ball, double hit, and that's a foul ball. And it will stay there, and we'll repeat the... Let's look at the book on Anderson today. 4 innings pitched, 1 hit. That was Shelton. 9 strikeouts on the day. Just threw 48 pitches today. That one lifted high. It's going to stay in. Camping out under is Sims, and she'll squeeze it for the final out, and that will retire the side. And the ball game. Final score, Calvary 10. Holy Savior Menard 0. This one a final in 5 innings here today from Shreveport. Congratulations to Mallory Carver. Mallory Carver is our player of the game. 4 RBI, had the home run, scored 2 runs on there, scored just the 1 run. Sorry about that. 4 RBI, had a 2-run single in the first inning and a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning, and she accounted for 4 of the 5 runs and scored another one. So getting a lot of work done today. Others to take a look at. We told you 2 runs, or 2 for 3, 4 RBI. 1 run scored. Baylor Bachhaus 2 for 3, 2 runs scored and 3 RBI. She also homered today, but that was it. And Kenzie Anderson did a tremendous job in there. And Holy Savior Menard and Calvary wrap things up there in the middle. You get a look at the victorious Lady Cavs that will make their way over with Coach Greg Frazier, Coach Tiffany Wood. And you see the other side of it, the Lady Eagles, who are set for round-robin action against Oak Hill and Marksville on Saturday. And we'll cover, there they go. Look, that's a great job of them waving to us. We appreciate that. Guys, that's going to wrap it up. It has been a tremendous pleasure to be up here with you in Shreveport one more time. The Lady Cavs just continue to roll on in this season. Final score 10-0. Again, we are brought to you by just a host of folks on here. Of course, Melder's Trailer Sales does wonderful stuff for us. And then you turn around and look at some of the others that have made their way to be a part of what it is that we are doing, and we couldn't do it without any of us. We're going to sign off here from Shreveport, make our way back down home. Congratulations to Mallory Carver. She is our LV5K player of the game, Mallory Carver. Bachhaus could have been as well, and I got to see if I got 2 shirts. Dadgummit, these young ladies hit the softball on here. Carver and Bachhaus with home runs on the day. And that 5-run 4th inning did it. Going to wrap it up here from Calvary Lady Cavs Field. We have been broadcasting from the Arc at Lady Cavs Park. I am Doug Gann with 446 Sports tune in tonight for all of our updates and recaps from around the state of Louisiana. We'll be back to do that, and we'll look ahead at some big games coming up this weekend.